When love feels one-sided, understanding emotional imbalance. Entiaro. Sometimes love doesn't end because two people stop caring. It ends because one person feels like they're carrying the entire weight of the relationship. Love was never meant to be measured in equal halves, but it was meant to feel mutual, to feel seen, valued, and returned. This is a story of when love starts to feel one-sided and how emotional imbalance can quietly turn connection into exhaustion. Part 1. Her side, the giver. She always believed love meant showing up, even when it wasn't convenient. She remembered every date, every detail, every small thing that made him smile. She texted first. She planned the surprises. She kept the conversations alive, not because she wanted praise, but because that's how she expressed love. But lately, something has changed. She notices how often she's the one initiating, how often she's the one apologizing just to end an argument, how often she's waiting for him to notice she's been quieter lately. She tells herself, maybe he's just busy. But busy has become a routine. And now, the silence between his replies feels heavier than the words he used to send. She tries harder, because that's what people who love deeply do. But love shouldn't always feel like trying to be enough. She gives and gives, hoping that one day he'll see her effort and meet her halfway. But slowly, she's realizing something painful. When you keep giving without receiving, love starts to feel like begging. And that realization hurts more than rejection ever could. Part 2, his side, the receiver. He loves her. He really does. But somewhere along the way, he started taking her love for granted. Not out of cruelty, but comfort, because her consistency made him feel safe. And when love feels safe, we sometimes forget it still needs attention. He thought, she knows I love her. But love that isn't expressed starts to fade in silence. He got used to her checking in first. He assumed she'd always understand when he was distant. He believed her patience was endless. What he didn't realize was that her silence wasn't peace. It was fatigue. Her distance wasn't disinterest. It was disappointment. He begins to sense it, the soft shift in her tone, the shorter replies, the fewer good mornings. He asks, what's wrong? And she says, nothing. But he knows. He just doesn't know how to fix what he never meant to break. He thought love was about big gestures. But now he's learning. Sometimes it's the little things that matter most. The reply, the effort, the noticing. Because love doesn't die from the lack of passion. It dies from neglect. Part 3, the imbalance. Emotional imbalance doesn't happen overnight. It builds slowly, one unmet need at a time. One person begins to pour more, while the other quietly receives without realizing the weight being carried for both of them. And soon, it stops feeling like partnership. It starts feeling like performance. Love becomes a checklist. Who called first? Who cared more? Who noticed less? But love was never meant to be scored. It was meant to be shared. Because when one person gives endlessly, they eventually run out of themselves. And when the other person grows too comfortable, they stop realizing how much they're being given. The result isn't heartbreak. It's emotional exhaustion. And exhaustion doesn't always scream. Sometimes it simply walks away quietly when it realizes the only one trying is itself. Part 4. The lesson, the truth is, relationships thrive on balance. Not on perfection, not on constant intensity, but on mutual effort. Love shouldn't always be 50-50. Sometimes it's 70-30. Sometimes one gives more when the other is low. But balance means it shifts, not that one person stays at 30 forever. If you're the one giving too much, pause. Your love is beautiful, but it deserves reciprocity. You cannot pour from a cup that's running dry. Sometimes love means stepping back, to see who steps forward when you stop chasing. If you're the one who stopped trying, wake up before it's too late. Don't let comfort make you careless. Reassure your partner. Show up. Listen. Say, thank you for the small things you once overlooked. Because love survives on attention, not assumption. When love starts to feel one-sided, it's not the end. It's a warning. A chance to restore balance before the silence becomes permanent. Closing love isn't about keeping score. It's about keeping connection. And when both hearts start meeting halfway again, that's when love feels safe and real